What's up, YouTube? Thanks for joining us. I'm Billy with Fly Me a River. With me, I have Vic Moss with Moss Photography. Those of you who are in the Facebook groups know Vic very well. Vic is a dear and close friend of the FAA. Very knowledgeable when it comes to the terms and conditions that the FAA has provided to us and how to best navigate them. So thanks for being here, Vic. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Today's really cool because we're going to be reviewing a really awesome product by Command Case. Actually, it's by Titan Drones. They have a product they call the Command Case. This one is actually called the Tactical. It's brand new. I am the first person in the country to get the post-production product, and I want to get with you guys and show you what it's all about. As a disclaimer, I will tell you that this has been going back and forth in some of the Facebook groups. I will tell you that this is not a case for the average user. The Mavic is small, it's portable. This case is designed for the Mavic. However, it is not designed for the average user. Titan Drones in general is a public safety company, and so they got their start making public safety products. They got their start catering to search and rescue, police, fire, all of those, and then other people came to them because they liked their products and they started purchasing it. So I will tell you that this is not something that the average user will go out and buy. I will tell you that there is a need for this product, and I will tell you that it does take the portability away from the Mavic. I can tell you that now without even opening the box. I can tell you that it's going to take the portability away. But for those of you who see this, you'll certainly understand how this can be beneficial to that particular sector. So without any further, we'll get started. So James over at Titan Drones, and I'm going to try to open this the best we can. James over, this keys right there. James at Titan Drones is unreal. This guy is unbelievable. I had an opportunity to sit down, or not sit down, but have a long conversation with James. And he told me about his company. He told me about all the things that he does. And he told me about this product, and I said, I got to have it. And so if you guys are looking, if you're in the public safety field, if you're part of search and rescue or whatever, and you are looking to purchase something like this, hit me up in the comments because he does provide a discount to those who are public safety. So if you are interested in that, let me know. And I think, Vic, you can agree that especially a lot of these guys are volunteers. They have to buy their own equipment.
Many of them do. Ones I've talked to, lots of them do.
So, you know what? He can save you some money. Let me know. I'll hook you up with a code, and hopefully we'll go. Now, first things in the box. We'll take everything out. He sent me a couple of these little thumbsticks, and let me tell you, he says they don't fit on the Mavic, although I talked to some people that said that you can make them fit, so maybe we'll try that. But these are really cool, and if you're doing precision flying, I highly recommend these. I had a set on my in my Inspire, and as far as being very articulate with your movements, I don't know, do you use anything like that?
I do not use those, no.
It just kind of extend things up and make your flight a little bit smoother. So I've got those. We have a couple of checklist. Pre-flight checklist. Isn't that cool? And it's nice because you can take a dry erase marker and just mark on it each time and continue to use this over and over again. So pre-flight checklist for DJI. Pretty awesome. Comes with it. That's nice. Also, on here, QR codes shows you videos straight to the website that tell you how to set everything up, how to do the controller mod, which we're going to do, how to set this up, which we're going to show you. So, yeah, so it's nice, laminated. I mean, it's pretty
very
cool.
Well.
So in here we have a box. I don't really know what that is. It's a box full of accessories. Open it up, see what that is.
It is power cables.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Power.
Gotcha. Cool. Black carbon fiber. I would imagine these are the whip antennas. Or something like that. And then
no, it is skins.
Oh, you sent some skins for the Mavic.
Yeah,
Isn't that
Mavic
something?
skins. Pretty cool.
Holy mackerel. Well, that's good because I was going to Mavic skin the
There you go. It's a
Mavic.
black carbon fiber skin.
Wow, that's awesome. Thanks, James. Appreciate that. So here's the case. And here's the case, and let me tell you, this is pretty nice. It's not as big as I thought, and guys, I can tell you that this is built off of the. It's not a Pelican case, and I don't recall the name of the case. They make generic cases, and they just alter those, and I don't remember the name of it, so I'll have to find that and put it in the link at the bottom. I do know if I search for it, I could find it, but this is.
Shrink wrap's pretty tight.
It is very tight. Oh, he shrink wraps the crap out of it. I'm gonna fly with this maybe in July. I don't know. I think this shouldn't be a problem. I should be able to just
that'll
walk
go
right
in the
on.
that'll go in the overhead bin, no problem.
Hey, you know, what do you think about? It's got amplifiers built in. What do you think about going through the TSA scanner? You think they'll give you any problem with that?
If they do, they'll just swap it. Probably.
So
TSA is so used to drones that it's really not that big a deal anymore.
I think they have to get used to it because I think everyone's got one.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw somebody the other day. Walmart was selling one for like $129. It was horrible. Okay, cool. So we're gonna open this up and turn it around. This is like,
It's a nice lock.
it's a nice lock. It's not. And the first thing you're gonna notice, we'll turn this around. The first thing you're gonna notice on this is antenna connections here on the case that have been pre-drilled. You're also going to see
Power connector.
yeah, power connector on the side. The case isn't fully charged. He gave me a heads up on that just to know. So we're probably not going to be doing any flying with this today, but we'll do that at a later time just to kind of see. So your antennas with that, and then you're going to open it up, and what do we have? What do we have?
That's your controller.
Yep, that's controller cables.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And they also antennas that go to the controller.
Sunshade.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice Titan, or like a command case logo. Nice here. One thing I do like about this is it has a landing mat, and this thing is pretty beefy.
It's real beefy.
That thing is nice. If you're landing on top of cars, if you're landing, in dirt, you don't have a landing case.
Oh, it's thick.
That thing is that's pretty nice. Also, the control antenna, and we're going to talk about this a little bit, but this is important because those of you who think that this case is, so if you think, people who think that this case, you have to carry this with you, you have to use this all the time, you're wrong, you don't. You can use this antenna, or you can use the whip antennas to fly. So you can still carry your Mavic bag, you can still carry everything that you do, still fly with the whip antennas, and still have it as portable as what DJI are what they intended for it. But this will give you, this is an omnidirectional antenna, omnidirectional here. James did tell me though that they are coming out with an adapter for directional antennas for the top of this case, which will be a huge thing, especially if you want to, if you're flying inside of a trailer or a car, if you've got your visual observer with you and you're able to do that. I will tell you now that not just because Vic is here, but it's super important that you follow all the FAA guidelines, especially if you're flying under 107. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't ruin it for everybody. Have your visual observer. Don't fly without, outside your line of flight. Don't fly over people, please. Don't be flying places you shouldn't be flying. Check before you go. The whole, it's better to ask for, forgiveness than permission is just not it, because you could end up in some pretty hot water.
You may be asking a judge for forgiveness.
Yeah, and in my line of work, I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't want to do that. So just follow the guidelines, guys. It's not that hard. I know that they're a pain in the butt to deal with. Waivers are taking a long time. Hopefully, just the information that Vic got, that hopefully, the portal will be up within the next year. Makes things a lot easier, and I know a year's a long time to wait, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. So, the other thing. So,
Nice.
All right, cool. So, what else do we have in here? We have the adapters, the charging adapters.
Charging adapters for your batteries, 3 of them.
Here are the whip
Plug in there.
antennas. Yeah. There should be 2 sets of whip antennas. Let's see. Maybe it only comes with one, but you would have to take it off the case. What else do you see there?
That's
that's
your adapter.
The
That goes
the
on
T-lock adapter.
yeah,
I think is
T-lock
what they
adapter.
call that.
Mhm.
T-lock. So
There's a little adapter arm.
Oh yeah.
And that is 2 flat black things. Probably has something to do with
Oh,
this.
you know what these are? These are magnets
Oh,
for
okay.
for this.
Oh,
That's
for your
what that is.
iPad.
Oh, strong too.
For your iPad, yeah.
So, all right. So we'll take everything out of here.
Everything back out? Okay.
So yeah, we'll take everything out of here now. This is your voltage readout. This is your arm.
It's got a little bit of voltage in there, not much.
Yeah, he said it was under 11.9. So everything lights up really nice. It tells you what your RC out. This is for your iPad. I'm sure it's not labeled, but I'm sure that's what it is. Your 3 connections here for your
Battery chargers.
Mm-hmm. Nice backlit tactical. I mean, a lot of work goes into this. So
Well constructed.
very, very well constructed. One thing else I did want to point out is you would have to have you'd have to have a pretty heavy duty tripod, but this has a tripod mount. You can unscrew this, screw a tripod on it, set this right on top of a tripod.
I've got a few that would fit on.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I don't.
definitely.
I need one. The one I have is crappy. So, yeah. So that's nice to have. If not, that looks. Let's take everything out. Put the works on here.
Probably for your adapters to put on. Oh, those are the quick release.
Oh
things,
yeah,
right there.
yeah. So you
Look
put
like
those
quick
on, and then
release.
the antenna screw onto that, right?
Like-
Because that won't screw on.
Yeah.
Okay,
quick
so we'll
release.
let's take those out. We'll put them on. Everybody, the Crystal Sky that's coming out. Listen, it's a great unit, and I look forward to looking at one. But you know, I just spent a lot of money on an iPad Pro. I mean, these things are. This is CDMA, so like $800-900 on one of these, and they don't get quite as bright as a Crystal Sky. But the advantage of this is it has a sunscreen. It has you're able to position this kind of away from the sun. It won't be bad. I think it'll be pretty reasonable if you think about it. So let's get the magnets again. Oh, here they are. Now I'm going to try something. I'm not going to put the magnet on the back of my iPad itself. I am, however, going to put it. Oh, there's 2 magnets. Oh, yeah. I am going to put the magnet on the back of the case because I want the case on it the entire time. Just because I'm clumsy, and that's just what's going to happen.
It's just a good idea anyway.
I agree. I think it is a good idea. 3M tape, good stuff. This stuff will stick to anything. Here, let's put this down for a second. Oh, beautiful Colorado weather. It's going to be humid. It'll be snowing tomorrow, I'm sure. That's just where this state is. But I love that. All right, so dead center. I would say that the apple is dead center. So while we're doing this, what's your initial opinion of this, Vic? What do you think?
I love the build. I mean, you've got so much of this stuff could be done inexpensively, and I don't think this is. This is works out real well. It's got nice tight. It's got well designed. It's just designed well. It looks like it's built well. It's got the cutout foam down inside here is works real well.
Good. All right, so build quality again is pretty nice. It's everything seems to.
It fits real well. Where's the Mavic? There it is. Let's see how this fits in there.
Oh yeah.
Good and tight. Holds it real well. Not
Yeah.
so tight you can't get it out. Not so loose it moves around. So that works out very well.
Which is good because I am actually going to be traveling back to Virginia in hopefully a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. And I'm going to take this case. I'm going to take it, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. But I am going to take it with me, and we're going to see. So again, here are your 3 adapters. These are basically each one of these are going to plug into here, and then here. Here, and then these 3 are going to plug into your battery the company has a quick charger that they sell that's integrated into this. So this will charge all three batteries at the same time. It will quick charge those, and we're going to show you that in just a second on how that gets plugged in. One of the things that he did do last minute, and I'd like to see, is let's pull out the power adapter on that. He said he was going to extend the cable.
This one has a fairly short cable on it.
Yeah, well, it looks like
an
it's
extension.
longer. Oh, but you know what he did, because the other one, the other one,
4 foot here.
That's 4 foot, but this is a cable he extended last minute, I believe.
Oh, okay. So it's shorter then?
It is. It was, the other one was shorter, and then it didn't sit flat when you plugged it in. And somebody mentioned that in one.
It was so short it hung up like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he
this is
extended
much
that out.
better.
So this is going to be. There's only one way that this can go in. And here.
Well, screws in. Nice.
So you don't have to worry about pulling it out. Cool. And then, there you go.
A little extension cord.
Yeah, with an extension cord, you plug this in. And then this will give you the status of the batteries. It also has 2 USB. Excuse me, if you want to charge your remote off of this as well. I like that. That's a nice.
Again, more well built stuff.
Yeah, and listen, he sells these things by itself for like $50 on his website, and then there are others. I don't even know what company it is, but there's some that are blue. You can find them on eBay for like $30-$40, and then you have to open them to find out if they're grounded or not. This is well made. You're not going to have
it's grounded,
any issues with this cable and this whole unit. You still may have your LiPo issues, but LiPos are just so unpredictable that you do the best you can with them, and you have to watch them. So I would not leave this charging overnight, obviously, and let it go. I mean, you're going to want to watch it. So,
but does it have batteries in here too, or no?
It does have
capacitors.
It does have it does have capacitors. They're all built behind here. So your amplifier for your antennas, I think it's like a 64, 68 milliamp power supply, but that does not charge the Mavic. Okay, so that doesn't charge the batteries. Somebody completely misunderstood on the forum board, and they said, "Oh, well, that 6800, that's not going to last one flight on the Mavic," but it's not designed to. That power supply is made to power the antenna, the amplifier, and the antenna. Not anything to do with the Mavic. Even charging the Mavic batteries, it doesn't have anything to do with it. So it's completely separate. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at that. So I think the next thing we're going to do is we're gonna put in the sunscreen. So,
this is the top here.
Top,
It folds up for storage. Go back up first.
And I don't know what it costs to build one of these things. He says it wasn't cheap, and I believe him. I don't think it.
Well, you can make it cheap, but you're not going to make it cheap, and that's got a good lock on it. And you can make it cheap, or you can make it good. Very few people can make it cheap and good.
I feel like it's got some type of I don't know.
It's kind of rubber.
Kind of a rubberized.
It's powder coated.
Is that what it is?
I think it's powder coated.
Okay. Well, that's good because it shouldn't
scratch.
Shouldn't scratch or be reflective at all. So that's good. So we're going to open this back up here, and then we're going to set this in. So pretty.
That goes in that one.
Locks down into place. And then slot here, goes in, and then there, and then there. So that's not going anywhere.
No,
that's not going anywhere at all. Actually,
it's gonna definitely keep most of the direct sun off of it, unless it's behind you, and you can just turn it if it is. So.
Yeah, the one thing that's kind of concerning, and it's not a whole lot you can do about it, is this thing is top heavy. So without anything in it, just be concerned of that. If you do grab this thing, just know that it's gonna, if you're setting it on the table and you're just watching it,
it's gonna tilt. Yeah,
it's gonna tilt. So if I have any criticism of the case, it's we'll do that. Any criticism of the case, it is that it's top heavy, and maybe it should be weighted a little more to kind of help alleviate that. So that would be my only
even just a leg that pops down back.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. So even like some type of a support. You know what? Wait a minute. I feel like there is a support. I feel like there is a support for this. What is this?
Is that an extra one?
Another one. That's kind of weird. Why would you do that? So let me take these off so we can see this. Shut this. So, guys, I want to talk just again real briefly and reiterate that this is not a case for everyone, and this is going to be strictly used for, again, congested Wi-Fi areas, search and rescue where you need to fly, in confined spaces to help boost the signal through. I don't know what dB the antennas are, but I would imagine it's pretty significant, especially if you once it gets the adapter and you can fly the directional antennas on top. That's going to be a huge thing.
I could see where something like this would come in real handy if you've got a director, photography director, DP with you, and instead of having them look over your shoulder while you're trying to fly, or giving them a mirrored monitor, a HDMI monitor, or secondary monitor, whatever, you could both be looking with this. I mean, you could be standing off to one side. You've got, what is this, about a 6 foot cord that you can attach the controller to, and you can both be standing here and looking at this, and that way you can point things out, and he can point things out, or she can point things out to you as you're shooting.
This is still obviously not going to take the place of any type of a visual observer that you'll need on that. But again, it will help. The cables are braided; they're nice. They come in a nice. So these are the.
That's a 6 foot.
Yep, 6 foot cable, USB, and then you 2 quick connects, and we're going to show you how to do that momentarily. The right angle ones are going to go. They're actually on a controller, yep, and then these are going to go in. Some people said that this isn't long enough, like 6 foot isn't long enough, but I can't imagine it not being. I think 6 foot is probably going to be good.
I think for most instances it will be, especially if this is going to be a command post. You're not going to be that far away from it. It'd be nice to have an 8 foot or 10 foot or even a 12 foot, but maybe this is portable enough. I think if you need to move, you can just, especially if it's on a tripod, just pick it up, or have somebody pick it up and you walk over to the new area.
Sure.
If you get much longer, I think, than 10 or 12, you might end up with some, just transmission issues. Maybe, I don't know, since they're not powered.
I agree. So I don't know. Maybe James, you look at selling as an accessory, maybe an 8 foot cable, maybe even a 10 if that's the case, but maybe a little bit longer cable if the people decide that that's what they want. But realistically, I don't see it. I think I agree with Vic. I think that this is going to be pretty.
In the vast majority of situations, I think 6 foot's plenty.
This is going to be great. So that pretty much wraps up the review of this. This thing is. It's beefy. It is inexpensive. I'll talk real quick about the price. So, price on this thing stands at $699, which it stings considering that the Mavic only costs, $999 if you do with one battery. So, you're paying over 2/3 for the case anywhere the Mavic. But again, it has a place. It has a function. And if this is what you need, then I suggest. Now, again, with public safety, he does offer a discount, pretty significant discount. I think it's like 20%. So, maybe that's something that you look into, definitely. But hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you want the code. If you're in public safety, you and I can talk, and we can, I can get that over to you. We've got a lot more coming. We're gonna talk real briefly about the remote in just a second, but. I've got some pretty big stuff coming up, guys, and let me just tell you that this case is big. Again, this is the first production model off the line, and I've been in talks with a company that is now manufacturing an IR camera for the Mavic.
That'll be neat.
That's going to be really cool, and the price point is phenomenal. It is It's going to be great. Unfortunately, it's not integrated into the DJI software because we all know that their DJI is greedy and they're not going to give anyone access to their schematics and how they wire everything. So it will have to work off a separate monitor. However, good news is that that company, along with Titan Drones, are going to develop an adapter that fits into this case with a swing out secondary monitor just for the IR camera on the Mavic. It is. I don't have anything to show you. Hopefully, by the time this video gets edited, I will have some footage to show you of what it looks like, and it's pretty intense. So again, not manufactured by DJI, but it's coming. There is a place for it, guys. It's not just some throw up fly camera, aircraft. This is going to be huge to the public safety and the whole community that works with them. So, well, I guess with that, we'll start with
get into the mod
controller.
Yep.
This is the expensive portion of the video because we all know that this controller, this Mavic controller, is about $300 if you have to buy it brand new. Now, the eBay, you can find them some on eBay for $200, whatever. This is my only controller, so if I check this up, I am out $300 or thereabout. So we're going to attempt to modify the controller. Now, for all intents and purposes, this will probably void your warranty. Would you say?
I would say it definitely would void your warranty.
Yeah, I think
the minute you open it up, when the warranty is null and void.
Yeah, I think you do. So, I don't know how that was going to work with the refresh or the DJI.
It won't.
I don't know. So we're gonna give this a go and hope we don't break anything. So this is my first thing. Now we'll get started. I will tell you that upon reviewing some of these cables are tiny and they're very. While they are flexible, they're very they're gonna be finicky to put on. So we're just gonna have to take our time. You got to have the proper tools. I went out in preparation for this video and I purchased pretty much everything that James did. There is a full video on his website on how to modify this controller. I've watched it about 4 dozen times and feel confident enough that I can at least take it apart. Putting it back together may be a different story. So some of the things you're going to need is you're going to need a variety of hex tools. These are all magnetic mount, which is good. I think you need like a T6. In here, you're also going to need a couple of nylon pry tools. I picked up a set of this. Now, everything together, I think the needle nose were the most expensive things, but these are nylon pry tool set. Just your typical tools working for electronics. I know some guys wear the bands to keep static electricity. I'm a maverick. I'm just gonna try this without it, so see what happens. This particular group came with a little nylon pry tool, which we have in here. So we're just gonna make sure you have all your tools together, and let's get going.
You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss. You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss. Just remember this, a kiss is still a kiss. As time goes by,
Okay, so after some technical difficulties, we're back. We have just finished. We have just getting the antennas installed, and hopefully this will solve a lot of the problems. So, so where are we at now? What do we have to do next? I guess we
Put it back together.
Put it back together. Okay guys, after putting all this back together and doing a stick calibration, it works. I got all kinds of crazy beeps and stuff. You're going to have to do a stick calibration when you put everything back together. I think this is what you're going to have to do. So anyhow, that's it. That's everything in a nutshell. This is the how you would fly it if you were not if you were flying it without the command case. But this all looks good. Everything looks fine. We're excited. Overall, 2 thumbs up. There are a few things that I'd like for James to fix, but I think given the first run production of all this, it looks really well. So thanks again for watching. Remember, if you like the video, press like on the bottom. Also subscribe, and hopefully we'll get you some more stuff to review and some really cool stuff coming up in the future. So again, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.